Oceania is the smallest continent on Earth. So small, in fact, that only the countries of Indonesia and Papua New Guinea border each other in this continent. By land, I mean, like, there's still maritime borders. Anyway, understandably, this is why most of these countries are islands. Another reason is colonialism. That's a big reason. However, it's kind of hard to really do anything as an island. So many people doing private jobs make money through agriculture. But how does the government make money? Well, through tourism, but that isn't always that reliable. However, there are interesting ways that these countries are able to obtain money. Today, I'll be showing you how. Strategy 1. Become part of COFA. COFA is the compact organization. Wait, let me check my notes. Compact of Free Association. Now, this started when after World War II, the USA earned a part of Japan's islands. And what they got were the Pacific Territory, the U.S. Trust Territory. However, the Trust Territory was meant to later be given away and given independence. So for the USA to eventually give these areas independence, because they didn't want to go the South Africa way, they gave them independence. Except for the Northern Mariana Islands, because they don't deserve it apparently. But under one condition. Daddy America will give you resources. But in return, you must allow Daddy America to build military bases and allow their military into your land. This is kind of a win because the military is now their military and they basically function as American land if they're invaded. New Zealand also has associated states, but they're not part of the UN. Anyway, let's go to Asia because we have to talk about Oceania and Asia. Makes perfect sense. This is Abkhazia. Abkhazia is a country that's almost not recognized by everybody. Russia recognizes it because it's a Russian puppet state. Now let's play Vote. Do you think Abkhazia exists? No is the majority, while yes is the minority. Now let's do a quick math. If you vote yes, if you vote no, it isn't a country, you're only contributing a tiny part. It doesn't really make a difference. However, if you're voting no, it actually makes a big difference. I mean, not no, yes. Anyway. Now, the way you can fix this is with Nauru, second lowest GDP. Tuvalu, first lowest GDP. Vanuatu GPT. Wait, did I say GPT? It wasn't long before these three countries started withdrawing. First was Tuvalu, then Vanuatu, who switched over 5 times before deciding no even after Russia gave them materials. And Nauru is just staying. Yeah, Nauru likes to play both sides of the argument so that they can get money from both sides. It's classic Nauru. Even the EU has sometimes dabbled in this. with Belarus. And then here's the classic one, domains. Remember when in the British Indian Ocean Territory video I was talking about .io and how it might go away if the Chagos Island deal is finished? Well, a bit of an update on that. That entire deal was kind of scrapped because of the Iran war currently going on. And B, speaking of domains, yeah, that exists. You wonder why the thumbnail of the video is the thumbnail of the video? A, because I said so. B, because Twitch TV, 8% of Tuvalu's economy is from their domain, .tv, where the sites that use these have to pay royalty fees. There's also .tk for Tokelau, which is the one I've almost 17 times confused with Tuvalu. Yeah, except Tokelau's not independent; it's part of New Zealand. However, after they just started selling these to a lot of people, the Tokelau domain, it was kind of starting. They started using it for scams. So in return, you can't use it anymore. The end. If you want an example outside of Oceania, you have .be for Belgium, where in YouTube share links, instead of the classic youtube.com, it says u2.b. YouTube. Then you have the URL shortener bit.ly itself, whose shortened link is bit.ly. However, there is one thing we must think about. One thing that is unmistakable amongst this world. One thing in this world that cannot be forgiven. One thing in this world that is absolutely genius. In Oceania, I mean. In all seriousness though, why are they going so crazy over simple water?